There's a set of brothers, Harold Owen Davies and James Wilfred Davies. Owen and Wilfred were both sons of a mason, and they lived in a house called Bryn Eglwys in Welshpool that has since been demolished. Owen worked as a linesman, and at around 1912, 1913, he emigrated to Canada, and he worked for the Canadian Pacific Railway and settled in British Columbia, and he was working as a telegraph linesman for the railway. After 2 or 3 years of being in Canada and building a life for himself, war broke out, and he was brought back to Europe to fight for the Canadian infantry to help Britain. He spent a winter training in an army camp in Hampshire and then was sent to the Western Front. During some of the fighting that he was involved with on the Western Front, he was actually awarded the military medal that was given for gallantry. In 1917, the Canadian Army was involved in the Battle of Vimy Ridge, and on the first day of fighting, which was an Easter Monday, he was killed, and he's buried in the Canadian cemetery in France. His brother, Wilfred, he actually was training to be a joiner's apprentice before the war, and with the outbreak of war, he joined the Machine Gun Corps. And to be a machine gunner in the First World War, you had to be quite fit because you had to carry all the equipment. You also had to be quite intelligent to be able to operate and maintain your equipment. So he was quite sort of specially trained in his role in the First World War. He actually was sent to the Western Front at around the same sort of time that his brother Owen was there, and they were within probably 2 or 3 miles of each other geographically. I'd like to think that they somehow may have met up, considering Owen had lived in Canada in years previously, but I guess that really perhaps wouldn't have happened except by chance. So Wilfred was involved in the Battle of the Somme and also the battles of Arras, and it was during fighting in Arras that he was killed just 15 days after his brother Owen. I'm not sure how the family could have coped with that. In fact, one of the other brothers of the family went on to become a member of peace, sort of anti-war organisation, so I think it obviously did have a real effect on the family.